Alright folks, another knife review. This is just straight after the one I've just done on the Anglo survival knife, which I would say is pretty badass. This is meant to be considered an Anglo arms knife. I'd say the logo is almost scrubbed off. I don't know if that's just wear or tear, but the blade isn't in the best condition. But it does come with the ridges, which I find I've sharpened personally, and after sharpening them, yeah, they're pretty nasty. They're pretty aggressive, believe it or not. The blade itself is quite a small blade. It's quite. I mean, I'm new to throwing blades. I never used to have the best knowledge of how to, but I've kind of self-taught how to throw a knife, and definitely a good throwing knife. I'm not going to lie. And in all fairness, it's not the ugliest looking blade in the sense of, looks, yeah. But then you come to the handle. Yes, the worst part of the whole entire thing is this cheap ass rope, or yeah, whatever the hell it is. It doesn't feel like it should be. Yeah, I can't even call it anything. Cheap ass rope. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But in all fairness, I mean, survival situation. If you were needing some, just to do something basic, you could untie that and use it to your advantage. So it does have the advantage of that. 2 seconds. I'm just tightening the cord there. There we go. Sharpness when it first came out of the box, because it comes in a little white box. Yeah, pretty much blunt. If I'm being honest with you, there was no edge to really existence. I put one on there using a sharpening tool. Nothing fancy, I'd say. Just a regular fancy, regular, a regular sharpening tool. But it's sharp now. I tell you that. I mean, it cuts through pretty much most things with quite ease. Throwing wise, I've threw it a few times, and yeah, let's just say it's causing damage. But yeah, the handle is the biggest drawback. I mean, even if they could stick a wee slab of cheap plastic hanger or whatever, or even fake imitation of wood or something, that would have been a lot better. But then again, they've increased the price. For the price of it, you can't really grumble. But yeah, that's the Anglo Arms cheap survival knife idea. I think it's called. I think it's classed as a survival knife, or at least they class as a survival knife. And second of all, the worst part of this entire thing is the sheath. It's a belt sheath. It's nylon, I believe. Very flimsy, I would say. But then again, it doesn't really actually cause me any problems with putting the knife in to the sheath. It's held on by Velcro. Not the most securing locking system, I have to admit. It doesn't, obviously because it's nylon, it's not got any sort of ridging in it. It doesn't hold that well at all on a knife, which is a shame, to be honest with you. But I could make a sheath, to be honest with you, for this knife because it's so. And would I want to, I'd use it for more. I'd use it. I'd use this knife for the jobs that I don't want to use my proper knife for. My actual hunting knife, or my hunting knife. Listen to me. I think I'm Indiana Jones or something. But I would actually use this for the jobs that I wouldn't want to use on my actual knife. That my other knife would, I'd potentially destroy its use. This here I could actually chop into quite well. I'd say it holds its edge okay, nothing special. It's probably just cutlery kind of steel. Length, it's not very long at all, to be honest with you. Not including the length of the rope, obviously. Yeah, I wouldn't say very long at all. Thickness, it's in all fairness, the thickness isn't actually too bad for it. I'd say maybe 1.5 to 2 millimeters, maybe a wee bit less than that. Yeah, at the thickest part. It says the ridges are quite aggressive. I was stupid enough to dare cross my finger after I sharpened them, like a numpty that I am. Even though I should be responsible with knives. And yeah, I cut myself, so yeah, I'd definitely say it's got potential. If you replace the handle with something else and high quality steel. But then again, saying this, folks, listen to the price of this. Under a fiver. Come on. Under a fiver. It's a good throwing knife. I'm not gonna lie, it is good, minus the ridges, obviously, but it is a good throwing knife. Grip wise, it's a bit awkward because of the size of my hands, but technically, if I get my finger under there, I can get a kind of half decent grip. But then again, if I hit if I'm using this on anything that's solid, I'm going to cut my finger. Trust me, that's that bit in there, but with that notch, this bit here, is actually pretty jaggy. I mean, that would break, that would definitely cut you, which in a survival situation, having any sort of gashes or cuts is never a good thing. Just more room for infection, blah blah blah. But overall, I'd say a good knife. For its price. I mean, you're getting what you're paying for. Come on. I mean, under a fiver, you can't grumble. I mean, if you're moaning about that, then you've got a problem. You're expecting too much for too little. You know, go and get yourself a job and start paying for more expensive knives. But no, I'd definitely say that's actually not too bad. For its price, yeah, no, I'd say it's okay. I'd recommend getting it as a spare, or even keeping it as a kind of, emergency kind of protection thing. Stick it on in your in your rucksack or something like that when you're going out camping. Yeah, I definitely say maybe if I rounded that, see if I rounded this inside here a little bit more, even maybe filed this to a bit flatter. I could probably use that as for my striker. Yeah, I could probably use it. Yeah, probably unlikely, but we'll wait and see. Right, thanks again. Bye.